I'm presenting a 67-year-old female who is Caucasian and Jewish. She has high cholesterol, GI issues, including acid reflux, cramping, and constipation. She experiences fatigue, thinning hair, brittle nails, joint pain, and skin issues like keratosis pilaris. She's a 2-time breast cancer survivor and wants to maintain remission. She was vaginally born and breastfed for a year, had a tonsillectomy as a child, history of ear infections, and prolonged antibiotic use. She had breast cancer in 1989 and then again in 2001. Chemotherapy was performed for both instances, but the second diagnosis also resulted in a single mastectomy. She's had high cholesterol for about 20 years and has been on Lipitor since. She currently complains of acid reflux and issues with constipation and cramping. So she is 63 inches tall, or 120 pounds, with a normal BMI of 21.3. Her estimated BMR is 1048 with a lightly active activity factor of 1.375, putting her at 1441 calories for maintenance. So she currently does not cook and relies on convenience foods for all meals. She consumes about 5 servings of vegetables daily, but typically they're the same day to day in the form of salad, pretty much the same salad for lunch and the same salad for dinner that she buys at a local farmer's market. She does not snack, and all of her calories are consumed at those meal times. Overall, she's insufficient calorie intake at about 1,200 calories a day, inadequate complete proteins, really lacking some of those amino acids, low omega-3 intake, about 1 gram or 1:8 ratio of omega-3 to omega-6, insufficient fiber intake at about 13 to 15 grams, insufficient levels of all B vitamins, most fat-soluble vitamins, and then a lot of minerals as well. So she is physically active. She walks 6 days a week, between 60 and 90 minutes. She explains that's also her relaxation time. So she's very busy. She works 60 hours a week, very hectic lifestyle, and really no interest in cooking or preparing food, as I mentioned above. Things that stood out to me in the nutrition-focused physical exam were some skin issues, so dry skin and then keratosis pilaris, really indicating essential fatty acid deficiency as well as vitamin A. Brittle nails, which can indicate the fatty acid deficiency as well, potentially some underfunctioning stomach acid, and then maybe a little candida overgrowth going on as well. So she is on Lipitor. She's also taking a multivitamin and a calcium and vitamin D supplement for bone health. So I put her at risk because of all the things that I previously mentioned. And then I said her main functionally oriented nutritional problem was her reliance on convenience foods. So those convenient salad items related to her hectic life schedule, busy home life, and then really just her dislike for cooking and meal prep. And then as evidenced by her food log, her thinning hair, cracked corners on her mouth, white coat on tongue, keratosis pilaris, brittle nails, dry skin, cramping, heartburn, and indigestion. So overall, I'd like to improve her GI symptoms, prevent cancer relapse, help her feel more energized, and improve joint pain, and focus on eating more whole foods, removing processed sugars and carbohydrates from her diet, eating more fiber and complete proteins, eating more healthy fats, and getting more sleep and practicing self-care. So we'll scroll down to look at the specific dietary interventions that I came up with. So focusing on cruciferous vegetables, I told her was very important for prevention of cancer. If she was willing to roast some of those to have for the week, that would be great. Also really incorporating those in her salads, since she does rely on salads for lunch and dinner. Increasing consumption of omega-3 fatty acids, so maybe some wild-caught salmon a couple of times a week. I told her she could add those to her salads for lunch, or maybe look to buy like wild-caught salmon burgers, or thinking about some sort of meal delivery kit that could be helpful since she doesn't like to cook. Told her the importance of, replacing that sugar-laden breakfast with maybe some overnight oats, some nutrient-dense items. Talked about healthy snack options, eating all colors of the rainbow, and then maybe doing some collagen protein. So here are her supplement recommendations that you can look at in more detail, and integrative health interventions, really focusing on some nice stretching and yoga, sleep hygiene, and mindfulness. My biggest challenge in this case was really that my client was not interested in meal prep and cooking, and I wanted to do so much for that cancer prevention, but it was really hard to determine what would be was helpful to her since she wasn't open to it. So yeah, that was really tricky in this case. Thank you.